Do you want your riggers falling off in the middle of a race? One time, the entire oar lock came off because the top nut was not screwed down, and so my boat flipped. That was rough. It's true.
Hi, I'm Davey. I watch Bad Rowing and try to make it better. So when we go to regattas, we have to take all of our equipment with us and bring all of our equipment back. It's your responsibility as an individual to make sure your seat is completely ready to race. It's your responsibility as a boat to make sure everything you need to race gets put on the trailer and is going to make it from Cambridge to our final destination and back. As a coxswain, it's your job to double check everything in your boat and on your squad to make sure, again, we have everything we need to race and make it back. So the first step is to de-rig the boats, and we have to take all the equipment and undo the nuts and bolts to take the riggers off, and then we put the nuts and bolts right back on the boat so we don't lose them. The riggers then go into rigger bags, or they get bungeed together if they don't have rigger bags, and they get put aside because we can't put them in the trailer first thing. Before the trailer leaves, they need to go in the front bed of the trailer. The oars are also going to be pulled up and set aside, and again, they can't go on until the boats are on because we need to be able to stand in the bed of the trailer. Once the boats are on, we can put the oars in the back of the trailer. The boats get de-rigged, and then we start to load the trailer from the top down. The coaches will discuss a map of where things should go on the trailer with coxswains and have a printed out sheet or a whiteboard that gives you a map of where things go. Boats have to go onto the top first, get fully tied down, and then we put the next level on and the next level on, working our way from top to the bottom. That way we can still tighten the straps. The straps need to be tightened in such a way that if I grab the boat on the trailer and shake it back and forth, I can't move the boat. I shake the whole trailer when I try to move the boat. The boats also need to be loaded on the trailer in such a way that they're not hanging way off the back end, because if they're hanging way off the back end, they're going to get hit by a tree or another car. They're very likely to get run into or snapped off. So we need to have the boats as far forward as we can get them without them running into the back of the truck.
Use 7/16 wrenches to unscrew your bolts. They'll either be like screwdrivers or like normal wrenches.
Alright, so on the side of the boat there is a bolt here. So you can put the wrench on it and twist. And you twist it until you can undo it with your finger. And then you take that part off. And make sure that it doesn't fall, because it's kind of hard to find it if it falls in the grass. Then you have to unscrew the bolts from all of the different parts of the rigger. So as you see, there are 4.
If you want to be even more efficient, you can have one person loosen and then someone else come behind them to finger loosen as soon as they are able to be loosened. Make sure someone collects all of your extra nuts and washers so that you don't lose any of them along the way.
And
Thanks, Louisa.
once all the bolts are off, then you can pull the rigger off.
Make sure to do it slowly and take each part a little bit so you don't rip the boat in half.
So now that the rigger's off, what we can do is put the bolt back on to the boat so that it won't get lost and it'll stay here for the trailer ride. And so just screw it back on until it's finger tight, and then come around with a wrench and tighten it, because if it's on the trailer and it shakes, the bolt can come off and then it's gone forever. Find a varsity coxswain who will direct you as to where to put your boat on the trailer and help you get it on safely. You put the strap over and make sure the words are always facing out. That's the goal. And you put it over once, wrap it around the bottom, and make sure the words are still facing out. And then you want these to be as close together as possible, because if they're wider, then it can be super loose, and then if it comes together, then the boat can fall off. Then you take the end of the strap and you feed it through. Word's still on the outside, that's important. And do a final check to make sure the straps aren't twisted and that it is straight. And then there's a few different places you can have the buckle. The easiest place to have the buckle is on the left side, so that you can tighten it really tight and it's not rubbing against the boat. If it were up here and you were to tighten it, it would scratch the boat. And so make sure it's not touching the boat, and then you tighten it by pulling down. And make sure you pull down as hard as it can go so that this doesn't move. And also, this isn't on the trailer right now, but if it were on the trailer, you should be able to shake the trailer, or shake the boat, and the trailer, and it shouldn't move underneath the boat. So like, that's not moving, but if it were looser like this and I did that, it moves around, so you don't want it to move. Oftentimes during the de-rigging process, you'll probably be standing there not really knowing what to do, because there will be a bunch of people who are doing all sorts of different things. So if you're not sure what to do, you should ask a coxswain or any varsity rower, and they'll probably give you a job to do. It'll be maybe carrying slings onto the trailer, helping get the oars, some things that can be done in smaller groups that aren't moving big boats onto the trailer.